I've let my weight get so out of control that I'm barely functioning. And it's getting harder and worse every single day.
Oh, when you get a chance, I need a dry washcloth. Got it in my eye. All right, you okay, Sean?
Oh.
Samantha weighs nearly 1,000 pounds. The fact she isn't dead yet is a medical miracle. The fact she can even stand or shuffle a step is almost unbelievable. When she sits on the toilet, she doesn't even look human anymore. She looks like a collapsing blob of flesh spilling over itself. Her body isn't just heavy, it's grotesque. Every angle shows how far she's let herself go. This isn't just obesity, it's a slow-motion death sentence, and yet she acts like this is just her life.
But even on days when I push myself to do it, some areas I can't even reach. Without using a stick or something, I have to reach and poke and prod at myself. So it's so hard.
Her stomach is monstrous, hanging so low and wide it could pass for another living thing. She struggles endlessly just to keep herself clean. The folds, the sweat, the constant battle with filth. It's exhausting, and yet she has no choice. If she doesn't force herself to clean, her stench could clear a room. That's how bad it's gotten. Just existing at her size is an assault on her dignity. Every day is a fight against not only her weight, but the shame it drags along.
I hate how hard it is for me to be in this box, and I'm constantly miserable. So all I want to do is find ways to forget about my life.
Samantha's life is so miserable that all she wants is to forget she even exists. So she schedules her food deliveries like clockwork, and when they arrive, it's like a royal feast. Meals stacked high, dripping grease, and packed with calories enough for a family of 5. But Samantha isn't a queen, and this isn't luxury. It's suicide delivered in paper bags. She tips the driver, shuts the door, and devours her poison in silence. Her escape is killing her faster than her misery ever could.
It makes me feel like I'm at home and that I'm safe, as long as I'm full and happy. Because food is a hug from the inside, and no matter how much it's never enough.
That is an insane amount of food. Samantha talks about her meals like they're lovers, like food is the only thing that truly understands her. But this isn't romance. This is betrayal. Her lover is a killer, draining her life away piece by piece. And just when she says she wants to fix it, her body gives her a warning shot. She falls into health trouble. Instead of giving up, she calls Dr. Now on video, determined to weigh herself. And the numbers don't lie.
That's not good news.
Anything I can do for you right now?
Nope,
Okay.
that's it.
See you soon.
Thanks, Allison. Hey there. This is the most helpless I've ever felt my whole life.
940 pounds. That's almost the weight of a small car. Her body has reached absurd proportions, and every day that passes brings her closer to death. Dr. Now is horrified, but Samantha? She shrugs, then immediately grabs a massive plate of food after weighing herself. That's the insanity of addiction. Even when faced with hard numbers, even when she sees the scale flash 940, her first instinct is still to feed the beast that's destroying her. No shame, no hesitation, just hunger.
So from then on out, I cannot even stand up without my walk. So it's pretty sad. It's time for my call with Dr. Now to update him on things.
That is reckless. That is irresponsible. She thinks she should call Dr. Now to give him an update. But what does she expect to say? That she's gained even more weight? That she can't stop eating despite being one breath away from death? This isn't an update. It's a confession. Every call she makes is proof she isn't doing the work. She wants sympathy, not change. Dr. Now doesn't need excuses. He needs results. And Samantha isn't giving him any, just more disappointment.
Still in the hospital, huh?
Yeah, because I've developed some new health issues.
Like, what issues?
Skin has been a big problem right now. My right side is bigger. It's so full of fluid that the pores, I don't really have wounds over there. The pores themselves are just weeping.
And now it gets insane. Samantha is so far gone that her body literally starts leaking water. The doctors can't stop it, so they just shove rags under her body to catch the constant stream. Think about that. She's like a faucet of decay, her body unable to hold itself together. It's grotesque. And the fact she's still eating on top of this? Beyond belief. It's her body waving the white flag, telling her time's almost up, and she still doesn't want to listen.
So, in a month and a half, you put on almost another 150 pounds?
Yeah.
So, you realize that your weight is getting to a very dangerous point right now, and you're running out of time.
I know.
She says she's scared she'll starve to death at 940 pounds. Really? Dr. Now is blunt. She's eaten enough in the past 4 years to survive without food for the next 4. That's how bloated she is with stored fat. Starvation isn't her problem. Her problem is indulgence and the delusion that she can keep eating like this and survive. It's almost comical, almost offensive that someone this big is worried about starving. The only starvation happening here is the starvation of common sense.
It's terrifying. Like, I'm just really scared. Like, I'm overwhelmed right now. It's gonna be a lot of things. Food is my entire life.
But does she even get it? Because if she doesn't, she will die. Plain and simple. Dr. Now sets a clear target: lose 250 pounds in 2 months. That's the only way to earn surgery. But instead of taking the chance, Samantha goes home and dives headfirst into burgers and fries. She sabotages herself before the fight even begins. Every bite she takes is proof she's not ready to let go. The food keeps winning, and the clock on her life keeps ticking down.
It's just too hard to control my eating and to keep cutting back like I have been. It's way too hard without something stopping me from eating. And help me change my habits because I just can't do it on my own. So I desperately need to get weight loss surgery.
She claims she's working on it, but her actions prove otherwise. Dr. Now gave her 2 months to shed 250 pounds. She didn't. Instead, she ends up climbing to 974 pounds. And then, something bizarre happens. Houston goes into lockdown, and Samantha is stuck in the hospital. Dr. Now knows she won't live if he waits, so he takes the risk and gives her surgery anyway. It's a gamble, but it pays off. The surgery is successful, and the numbers finally start to move.
That's the lowest I've been in like 15 years. But I am miserable and depressed right now, which I cannot figure out, except for the fact that I don't know how to cope with my life and existence.
The results are shocking. Samantha drops to 638 pounds after once hitting 974. Still dangerously obese, but the difference is night and day. She looks transformed compared to where she started. For the first time, there's real hope. By the end of her story, she weighs around 496 pounds, still heavy, but alive, moving, and no longer dangling at death's door. She proved that even at rock bottom, change is possible, but it took risking everything for her to finally get there.
All I can do now is scooch to the edge of my bed and see if my mom's awake. I can get up, but I can only walk a few steps. So I just stay here in this bed no matter what. Can't do anything for myself anymore.
Sean knows he's enslaved to his weight. He admits his addiction is killing him, but he still clings to food like it's his lifeline. He can't let go, no matter how much it's destroying him. That's the trap. He hates what it's doing to him, but he loves it too much to stop. It's like watching someone chain themselves to their own coffin. Every bite digs the hole deeper, and he knows it. He's 26 and already staring death in the face, yet he can't put the fork down.
I've known Sean and Renee for 2-3 years. I come in and I help her clean up and do laundry and cook some meals and help give Sean a bath.
Sean is just 26, but he already needs a caretaker just to survive. He can't walk, can't bathe, can't even use the bathroom on his own. He's bedridden, trapped in a body that refuses to move. His life is hell, pure and simple. Imagine depending on someone for the most basic human functions, stripped of dignity day after day. But even with that, does he stop eating? The food still keeps coming. The very thing chaining him to that bed is the only thing he craves more of.
Sean has no appetite control. He's hungry incessantly. What do you want?
Just a couple burgers and soda. Maybe medium fry. Oh, give me one of those caramel sundaes.
Sure, no problem.
Sean is an eating machine now. His mom fuels it non-stop, enabling him without question. She's his delivery service, his food courier, his supplier. Fast food bags line the house, and she just keeps bringing more. It's not care, it's destruction wrapped up in love. But Sean says he wants to change. He claims he's serious about turning it around. So he makes the decision to go see Dr. Now. But with his mom feeding him like this, the question is, does he really stand a chance?
He's 800 pounds from looks of it, and he has swelling of the entire left leg and deformity of left foot. Let's bring him in. But Sean has some mobility, which is good.
Sean's body is breaking apart. His condition is so bad now that one of his feet is practically dead from the crushing weight of fat. He drags it along lifelessly, even when he's in a wheelchair. He can't lift his legs, can't carry himself, can't even pretend his body still works. Imagine being so heavy that a part of you just stops functioning altogether. That's not just obesity, that's the edge of death. His body is sending alarms loud enough for everyone to hear, except him.
He's uncomfortable in his wheelchair. He's likely used to getting his way with that. Lives with his mother, and I don't think it's hard to start to understand their unhealthy dynamic.
Sean eats enough food for 5 people every single day. Burgers, fries, soda. It doesn't end. His relationship with food is toxic, and his relationship with his mom is worse. She feeds his addiction like clockwork. Dr. Now takes one look and knows this setup will kill him. The dynamic is poison. But Dr. Now decides to try anyway. Before anything else, else, Sean has to face the truth of the scale. The numbers don't lie, and Dr. Now wants to see just how bad it really is.
All right, Jill said over the limit, so this scale goes only to 800 pounds. I need to know your true weight, so we're gonna get you to bed scale.
919 pounds. Let that sink in. It's a medical miracle Sean is even alive. Yet Sean and his mom act like the situation isn't that bad. They're delusional, pretending it's manageable, when in reality, it's one step from death. Dr. Now knows the truth. Sean is dangling by a thread. He sets a weight goal, a strict target to prove change is possible. But will Sean and his mom rise to the challenge? Or will denial drag him into the grave?
So big right now, he cannot make it to the waiting room door. He's worse off now, and he looked like he maybe put another 50 to 100 pounds on.
Instead of losing weight, Sean gains. Dr. Now estimates 50 more pounds packed onto his already dying frame. He's creeping closer to 1,000 pounds, a number few people live to see. At that point, survival is nearly impossible. Dr. Now knows the mother is still feeding him behind the scenes, so he makes the call, hospitalize Sean, lock down his diet, and force the change. It's the only chance left. If Sean keeps living like this, there won't be a next checkup. There will just be a funeral.
So I'm admitting you to the hospital immediately so we can get your health under control. This is going to be your last chance. Do this or that's it.
We will be able to do it.
Now that Sean's in the hospital, there's hope. With strict monitoring, he might finally start shedding the weight, but that all depends on him sticking to the plan. No sneaking food, no crying to his mom, no manipulation. It's all on him now. The hospital strips away the excuses. But the big question remains, does Sean want this bad enough? Because if he doesn't, even Dr. Now's supervision won't save him. This is his do or die moment, and the scale will show which it is.
We were able to weigh him, and he was 1,003 pounds, but we started him on 800 calorie a day controlled diet, and he started losing weight rapidly.
And shockingly, it works. Sean loses over 250 pounds in just 2 months. The number drops fast, and Dr. Now is impressed. For the first time, Sean looks like he might actually make it, so Dr. Now plans to send him back home. But now comes the harder part, keeping the weight off without hospital control. Sean needs to prove he can lose 100 pounds in 2 months at home. That's the test before surgery. Can he do it, or will he fall back into old patterns?
Sean is complaining of chest pain, so we rushed him to the hospital, and we're going to run some tests. But I don't think anything is wrong.
But here comes the twist. Dr. Now suspects Sean is faking new issues just to avoid losing weight. And when tests come back, the truth is exposed. Sean hasn't been sticking to the diet. He's been cheating, sneaking food, and he's gained nearly 50 pounds since his last visit. The disappointment is crushing. It's proof that when no one's watching, Sean reverts to old habits. Dr. Now isn't fooled, and now he sees just how deep the manipulation goes. Sean is sabotaging his own life.
Sean came to the hospital claiming he was having chest pain and worried he was having heart attack. I suspect that he was making it up to try to get out of physical therapy and his diet plan, and I think I'm right about that.
Dr. Now gives Sean one final shot. This is it. If he doesn't fix the sick codependency with his mother, he will die. Period. His manipulation of her, her blind enabling of him, it's a death pact. Dr. Now warns them bluntly, change now or bury him soon. The pressure is immense. Can they break this cycle, or are they both too deep in it? It's their last chance to turn things around before Sean becomes another statistic of a life wasted by food addiction.
Today we are attempting to do a gastric sleeve procedure on Sean. Even with all his weight loss, Sean is among the largest patients we have operated on.
It was a brutal, near impossible journey, but Sean manages to fight through. Against the odds, he loses 150 pounds in 2 months. That's enough for Dr. Now to finally approve him for surgery. For once, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Sean can taste freedom from his body's prison, the chance to live again, walk again, breathe without pain. It's finally in reach. After years of being chained down, he's earned his shot at life back, and this time, it might actually stick.
It's a constant visitor throughout my day.
But my legs are what hurt the worst.
I have lymphedema in my legs and open sores, so that is just stabbing pain.
Diana's legs look horrifying. Her open sores ooze pain with every step, turning even standing into a punishment. Imagine living inside a body where every movement feels like fire ripping through raw flesh. She knows she looks awful, and the shame only deepens her misery. You can see the hopelessness in her face, like she's already accepted that her body is decaying around her. Each shuffle, each limp forward is a reminder that she's trapped in her own failing skin, and there's no relief waiting for her.
Devastating things about my weight gain is the fact that I have to have people care for me now.
Her reality is unbearable. She can only shower 3 times a week and only with help. Think about that. Days of sweat, sores, and folds collecting filth until the smell becomes unbearable. The stench clings to her skin, clogs the room, and crushes her dignity. The weight, the wounds, the dirt, they drown her spirit, dragging her deeper into depression. And instead of breaking the cycle, she feeds it. Food is her bandage, her comfort, her escape, but it's the same poison carving her down inch by inch.
The first thing I think about is food.
But in the morning, I try not to make the same mistakes again.
Diana has the most toxic relationship with food. She eats to block the pain, but it never works. It only piles on. Chips, pizza, soda, they don't fix her agony, they intensify it. Food is her drug, her coping mechanism, her slow death sentence. She says she believes she can change, but the fear in her eyes says otherwise. Deep down, she knows she might not have the strength, and before surgery can even be a possibility, she has to face the brutal truth of the scale at Dr. Now's clinic.
Shocked right now. Can't believe how bad I've let myself get.
Okay, this is the highest I've weighed before, and higher than I ever thought I would weigh.
Even Diana cannot believe it. Over 600 pounds. The number slices into her like a blade. Every soda, every chip, every pizza, every binge, all those choices are stacked into that cruel figure. She looks destroyed, staring at the scale like it just exposed her life's worst secret. And Dr. Now doesn't cushion the blow. He lays it bare. This is her doing. Her mess. No excuses. No hiding. That number isn't just weight. It's shame, guilt, and proof of years of destruction packed into her body.
I haven't been, no.
Who brings you food now?
Megan.
So you get the high-calorie food and you eat.
Right, and so that was the key reason I'm going to be moving into Megan's house with she and her husband, because it will be helpful that there's somebody there kind of for support and accountability.
Dr. Now has seen her type before, surrounded by enablers. She's always had someone to give in when she begs. He doesn't trust her promises, so he sets the terms. Lose 50 to 60 pounds in 2 months. That's the price for surgery. It's not just about dropping numbers. It's about proving she can control herself, even when no one's watching. Can she finally fight, or will she keep letting food choke out her life? The challenge is brutal, but it's the only doorway out.
Gosh, I'm in absolute disbelief.
It's not quite to 50 pounds, but I'm hoping that it's enough for the doctor to see that I'm ready.
Diana can't believe it. She didn't hit the 50-pound mark, but she lost 44 pounds. That's something, and for her, it's huge. For once, she proved Dr. Now wrong, even if just by a hair. Pride flickers across her face, but it's shaky, like she doesn't trust it to stay. Still, it's progress she hasn't seen in years. For the first time in forever, she feels a glimmer of hope. Maybe she isn't doomed to fail. Maybe this time, she really can claw her way forward.
A bit more progress. How's your level of activity?
That needs to improve. I tried walking, and with my bone-on-bone knee, that wasn't a good idea.
How about doing upper body exercise?
Yeah, I've got some light weights that I can do.
Okay.
But Dr. Now doesn't hand out surgery that easy. He raises the bar, another 40 pounds in 1 month. Diana looks crushed. Each pound feels like dragging rocks uphill, and now the climb just doubled. But Dr. Now is right. If she can't push through this, how will she survive the grueling recovery? This isn't punishment, it's proof. Proof that she's serious. Proof that she can fight. Proof that she won't waste the chance. The surgery isn't a gift. It's a weapon she has to earn.
Goal, because this may be my last chance. I'm really hoping I hit my goal. Dr. Now said I had to lose 40 pounds and get under 517 pounds this past month.
Now this is big. Diana drops under 500 pounds for the first time in years. That number hasn't shown up in forever, and finally, it's back. It's more than just digits on a scale. It's freedom from the crushing reminder of failure. She's proving herself and proving everyone else wrong. But the question gnaws, can she keep this up? Or is this just momentum before the crash? For now, she clings to the win like it's life itself, because for her, it really is.
So her situation need to remain the same so she can keep making progress until she starts to make more permanent changes. This is the step I think we are ready for. You're making progress as a family, so I will approve you for weight loss surgery.
Dr. Now still isn't sold. He doesn't see discipline. He sees her niece holding her up. Without that support, he believes Diana would crumble back into old habits. So he lays down the condition. Her family must stay longer after surgery. That throws everything into chaos. Jobs, distance, obligations, everything colliding. Suddenly, her future depends not only on her, but on her family's sacrifice too. The dream of surgery feels so close, yet just out of reach. For Diana, the stakes have never been higher.
She never proved to me she did it on her own. She just proved that she could do it. I'm feeding her 900 calories a day. Of course she lost weight. What am I supposed to do?
This is not your responsibility.
In the end, Diana gets her surgery, and this time it works. The procedure is successful, and the pounds finally start to fall away. By the end of her journey, she has lost over 250 pounds. Her body looks new, her spirit looks lighter, and for once, she doesn't seem broken. The woman who once seemed trapped, doomed, and half dead is unrecognizable. She fought through hell and finally has the scars and the victory to show for it. Diana isn't the same person anymore.
Hard. So I've developed a food plan to keep me on. Megan is coming in a couple weeks to take me to the doctor and see if I'm losing or gaining. And I want to make her proud when I get back on the scale. Every day, I become more and more aware of how focused I need to be.
The transformation is stunning. She carries herself differently, lighter in every sense of the word. This is what happens when you stop making excuses and finally sacrifice comfort for survival. Her sores, her food addiction, her shame, they don't define her anymore. She proved that change is possible, even when the odds scream no. From filth and depression to hope and strength, Diana is living proof of what's possible when someone finally decides they want to live more than they want to eat.